Jungle. Unfortunately, get a stun under there. Blitzcrank did flash away for a second. So top is also going to be pushing down their tower to further the advantage, which is definitely what you want to be doing, though there's not a lot of wards. They tend to know where the enemy is because there's no jungler and it is early in the game, so the enemy's wanting to stay in lane and farm. But as the game progresses, they will want to try and get lots of wards, lots of vision, get this dragon. Jax is coming down bot to clear these creeps. Definitely, you know, something that you want to do. A lot of people kind of run around looking for kills and stuff like that, but you can't neglect your farm, and especially you need to recognize when you have creeps building up, you know, to kind of get there in advance. Jax, if he had some wards, he really should be warding up by this blue around this area, and Talon is able to kill the enemy Talon with Cassiopeia here, definitely doing a good job there. But Jax should definitely be warding up through the jungle so he can actually push the second tower and put a lot of pressure on the enemy team there, while his team is able to do, you know, whatever really. And, you know, purple team would kind of be thrown all over the place. The blink from Vayne into the, or from Leona into the Vayne, she does get the stun off, but Vayne will go invisible for a second, but then she pops out throwing off her damage, and Vayne goes down with the damage from Twitch and Leona. Twitch is running away because Xin Zhao had gotten her so low, but Xin Zhao took a lot of damage from the tower. The Ignite goes off onto Leona. Is she going to go down? She will be okay, and so will Xin Zhao as well. Jax stopping his push. He really should continue. There's no one to stop him. You could keep farming, push up, but maybe he's going to get Dragon, which would definitely be to their benefit. He really should get Dragon for his team right now. He's not. He's actually going to come mid, looking for another kill. Hopefully he pops into the jungle or something, because you really don't want to be running around just looking for kills. Kills would kind of come when there's opportunities, when people are out of position. Talon throwing a ton of damage onto Xin Zhao. He was already very low, sitting around at 300 health. He's going to die very quickly here on this next blink, and Talon just barely, I'm assuming the blink's on a fairly long cooldown, so he was not able to pick up that kill. Hopefully Xin Zhao's not dumb enough to recall in this bush. He did continue walking, so he will be okay. But Twitch throwing down a ton of damage onto Blitzcrank. Jax no creeps around, so he won't be able to get a dodge proc. He does throw down some damage on Blitzcrank, but Blitzcrank is able to power himself away. They are going to get this top tower, though, and so that'll be, you know, 2 towers, and then they can aggressively push mid, potentially. Really, no one to stop him here. Continue. You're at such a huge advantage. It's 12-7 at this point. Jax is farmed. Talon's, you know, doing a decent job because he does have some kills, even though he isn't, you know, getting much gold. Not a lot of farm in this game, but like I said earlier, when there's no farm, the people with the kills are winning, and they are able to pick up another kill onto Talon. They are going to get Vayne here. Is Vayne going to pick up the kill onto Talon? Great job by Cassiopeia throwing off that stun, so Talon will be okay. They are going to push this mid tower now. They're going to have to wait for the next wave, but they will get this tower the next wave unless anyone comes, because... And even if they do come, there's really nothing they can do to stop. Hopefully Jax is coming down for the tower. Actually, what he should be doing is coming down to defend the lane, so I'm assuming that's what he's doing. He'll come down, kind of counter-push, or attack Xin Zhao, and then counter-push against him, while his team hopefully drops this tower really quickly. There's no reason for them not to. Tryndamere and Blitzcrank are actually coming down. Twitch left them alone. He should have stayed with his team. So Tryndamere is going to throw the exhaust and the slow onto Leona and Cassiopeia. He's trying to do some damage, but he's really not doing anything at all. He's hardly keeping up with them. Blitzcrank barely misses the pull on Leona, hoping to get a kill there, but Jax is chasing down Xin Zhao in the meantime. He throws off the Ignite. If he gets one more Leaf Strike, he is going to get the kill, and there is the last Leaf Strike. He is able to pick up the kill. Xin Zhao is just slightly slower than Jax. Does he have full boots? He does have full boots, but Jax is either... Well, he's pretty fast, so he definitely has some Runes of Masters there. But Cassiopeia throwing down some damage mid. As we look at the items, we see that Tryndamere, really with a pretty weak build, it's a high attack speed build. He hasn't finished his boots yet. He doesn't have any damage. Tryndamere has lots of built-in damage, so that's okay for him as opposed to other champions, but he's really not accomplishing much there. Xin Zhao only has the Dorans, so he's not farmed at all. He's not going to be dealing much damage. Talon's coming in. He throws the silence. He throws the exhaust onto the enemy Talon, and the enemy Talon goes down before he can even throw off his invisibility. Leona jumps in on Blitz, throws down the stun. Are they going to get the kill into Blitzcrank? The enemy Talon is... They aren't able to get the kill on the Blitzcrank. Xin Zhao and Tryndamere do run away. Xin Zhao does hop in on top of that Cassiopeia, but she is going to be okay. They do have plenty of damage there. But again, you know, you guys are in such a position of strength. Take Baron, take some dragons, end this game quickly. This could be a 20-minute win for them if they start pushing aggressively. Cassiopeia did have that catalyst earlier. But then she builds the tier. Definitely a poor decision. She's already got plenty of mana from the Catalyst, and you don't have any mana-hungry people on your team, so Cassiopeia can just solo blue by herself and take it very easily. She doesn't need all that mana because she can get some mana regen, and with her passive be very effective with the mana maintenance. She really needs to get some damage output. She probably has enough gold for something like a needlessly large rod, build towards a Rabadon's, get that damage output for your team. Unfortunately, she is going with mana build, which is a mistake. Talon does have some good damage, though. Twitch has some attack speed. He is building for a fast Phantom Dancer. I don't play Twitch, so it's hard for me to critique. I would generally think that's a terrible build, but I do know a lot of people do enjoy their Phantom Dancers on Twitch with the crits, with the attack speed. His ultimate, because he gets bonus damage and also the AoE attack from it, really does benefit from that attack speed. So I can't, again say that that's a poor decision on his part. Jax is going a Ginsu's Rageblade build, and definitely a strong item on Jax. It gives him really high damage output, higher than almost any champion in the game when he's auto-attacking. And they are coming up top. I was hoping they were pinging towards Baron to do that, because they definitely have the damage output with Cassiopeia, with a fed Jax, with Talon and Twitch. So hopefully they can get some wards around, push Baron, and then use that advantage to win the game. But if we look at the enemy team, we see that Vayne has no damage. She bought some a Vamp Scepter. I'm not sure if she's going to turn that into a Bilgewater Cutlass. I would say that would be generally a terrible item on Vayne, but if you get it early enough and in a kind of low enough game, you could potentially chase people down with the slow and do a little bit more burst damage, and then hopefully get fed. They are coming in. Jax is running in very aggressively. He's going to get popped up. He's going to get silenced from Talon. But all this damage coming out. Leona with the beautiful ultimate and the damage from Cassiopeia. They clear these enemies very quickly. Their Talon will go down, but they are able to get Tryndamere. He did go down, and they are going to get this Xin Zhao. So a triple kill for Noam Chomsky, the Cassiopeia, and lots of kills to go around for this team. They are going to get this tower very easily. They will be able to get the second tower if they choose, and then they could get the first two towers and then actually come back and get Dragon, recall, put some wards around here and grab Baron, and then, aggressively end the game. As we continue to look at the items, Blitzcrank is building towards a Mana Mune, so not really going to be doing anything there. Vayne wasting the flash just to jump the wall. Really? Was it worth it to jump that wall, do you? But is this a very important wall? You couldn't walk around. She really wanted to defend that tower. She might be able to, but I doubt it. They should be able to kill it. Though her team is spawning, still, it really is a waste of a flash. Tryndamere is jumping in, though. He does throw off his slow, but his team is not there to back him up, and he does not want to go in aggressively. Since his ult is down, though it should be up shortly, it is on a very short cooldown. Working for that Stark's Fervor, which, I would say is a poor decision, but actually, considering the fact that they do have an all-DPS team, it's really something that they want on someone. You see Jax in the bottom here is taking Dragon for himself, and he does need to watch out for the enemy's mid, but he sees that 3 are mid, Vayne is top, so he's going to be safe to take this Dragon. Doesn't have to worry about them engaging. They did just disappear for a second, but Tryndamere's still mid, so I think he should be okay. He can take a couple of them. He's actually getting very low. I'm surprised how low he's getting. He probably didn't have much health when he began. But Blitzcrank building Mana Mune, some Blitzcranks do it. They want the mana to be able to spam. I would tend to disagree with it. If you want the mana, you get a Sheen. It really greatly increases your damage, and they need someone to kind of tank, so Blitzcrank needs some damage. The Blink-In from Leona is able to stun Blitzcrank for the easy kill, and they do have Tryndamere here also, and his ultimate is up, but he's not going to be able to get anyone. He did put some damage down onto Twitch along with Blitzcrank, but he will go down once that ultimate does, come off. Continuing to look at the items, Xin Zhao continuing with his Doran's build, definitely not really the strongest build. He has no farm whatsoever. No one has any farm whatsoever, so you see a lot of kind of silly builds, I guess, when maybe they would have otherwise picked some stronger items if they had some more gold. But definitely terrible items, all in all, on this team. No one in this game farming very effectively, but blue team is doing a good job with map control, and they are getting all of the kills, so they will have all the damage output and all of the items, and purple team will have nothing. They're, you know, kind of just walking around going, oh, well, this is awkward. So, you know, really what they want to be doing now is just kind of delay the game, farm as much as you can, while blue team needs to aggressively do things like take Baron, make sure that you get all of the buff control, and don't let the enemy farm. Just continue pushing. They really should be warding around Baron, get the Baron, and end this game. I've seen no inclination of them to do so, but you see Jax is actually building a Rabadon, so we have a full AP Jax. You know, I don't necessarily agree with it. However, all of his abilities are magic damage, and I did actually try a full AP Jax at one point. It really isn't the best build, but you do have a ton of burst on your QW. It makes you an even more effective assassin. Just really high burst damage, though at